What's up, guys? Welcome back to Pound for Pound House. Today we're talking about Jamal Hill again. Is he delusional? Is he in his own realm world where he thinks he's untouchable almost? Um, Now, my take on this is that I think he went in his UFC 300 fight very confident, maybe even more confident than he should have. A lot of people were worried about he was doing some like funny skits on the side during the whole lead up to UFC 300. He also, he also looked, so close to he looked out of shape. I don't know if it was just that he pre-recorded those videos, but he did look a little out of shape at that time. But on the scale, he looked great. But at the same time, did he go in and underestimate Alex Pereira? I want to say he did. I think that, his idea of going in and trying to fight Alex Pereira at his best, whereas standing, he made the biggest mistake by doing that because Jamal Hill can also wrestle. And I almost feel like Alex Pereira did, prepare for wrestling, a lot of it. The thing is him fighting Alex Pereira, did it mess up his chin? Did it expose him in a way where now people are going to see, listen, if you get in close on Jamal Hill, you can take him out? Granted, Alex Pereira got a left hook from hell, but I don't know. Do people think now that they can also do the same thing? So obviously Pereira is, moving forward with the division. He's not going to fight Jamal Hill anytime soon, probably. And Jamal Hill's also moving forward. He's going to fight Khalil Roundtree, which is an interesting matchup in itself, but I don't know if it's the best matchup for Khalil. Jamal Hill is long, he's lanky, he has a better reach, he's a great kickboxer, he's a box, he can strike, he can kick, he can even grapple, and he's good at getting out of those grappling exchanges. And so is Roundtree. Roundtree's a kickboxer. He's shown so much in his last couple of fights, but against somebody like Jamal Hill, who can, I'm sure, manage the distance very well. Does Jamal Hill go back in there with his head inflated? Maybe. Thinking, take out Roundtree and then I'm back at it with Alex Pereira. No, he can't go with the vengeance mind. He's got to go more practical than that. Because honestly, last time he went in I don't know what he went in with, but he did not go in with the right mindset, in my opinion, because he got put away too fast. And, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast where he was like, that Herb Dean stopped it for a couple seconds or whatever it was, that 1-2 seconds, because that nut shot. But honestly, really, I don't know. That's not really enough of a reason to say that, Jamal Hill would have still been in the fight if that 1 second would have stopped. It could that left hook could have came from at any point. He actually stepped on his foot and hit him. So, that could have happened at any point during that fight. Doesn't have to necessarily mean it was, because of that nut shot that threw him off his game plan and, made him like comfortable. I don't think Jamal Hill, I know Jamal Hill was saying that, that was somewhat of a fact, but I don't think that was enough of an excuse, I want to say, for him. He just got outclassed that day. He was, Pereira was the better man, better fighter that night. And that was that. If he had approached the fight maybe slightly bit different and try to grapple, make him think a little bit more, he probably wouldn't have ended up on his back. Now he's going against Khalil Roundtree, and Roundtree is also a powerful guy. What he did to Anthony Smith, that was something else. The thing is I don't know if Roundtree can get it done with Jamal Hill. I think Jamal Hill gets it back with Roundtree. He gets, that loss that he just took. He gets it back with Roundtree. But then he has to go fight somebody like Yuri or Rakic or Ankalaev, which I think Ankalaev is the next for sure. He goes against Alex Pereira. But let's just say that doesn't work out, or he fights him and loses. I think he has to at some point get through Ankalaev. Yuri maybe. If Yuri stays at 205, he's talking about going to 185 at some point. But if Yuri stays, then yeah, I think he should get that one with Yuri. But does he even get through Ankalaev? I don't know. Because Ankalaev is one of those type of fighters where he's not going to play into the, I'm going to stand with anybody, or I'm going to we have a truce of let's try to fight this way. No, it's not going to be one of those things. Ankalaev is just going to use the best game plan possible and just win. That's his goal. He's not even going to try to entertain anything else. So the same thing, when he goes into fight Alex Pereira, and I mentioned this in my previous video, he's just going to go with the path of least resistance. He's just going to go and try to grapple Pereira, which he's, a much better grappler for sure. He's been doing it for much more longer. The thing is, all fights start on defeat. So how does that really end up, right? I don't know. But that's another story. That's something else. Talking about Jamal Hill again. I mean, Jamal Hill's, I want to say he's kind of delusional, man. I know I took a while to get to the point of me trying to say that is he delusional or not, but I think he is. I think he's delusional right now. I think he's just a little sour about it. And I've been an advocate for Jamal Hill. I always thought Jamal Hill, even though he does weird stuff and people are always not a fan of him. I'm not as much of a fan of him. There's some other MMA guys out there that, criticize him or say shit about him all the time. And I personally don't say much about Jamal Hill. I think he's, he has an interesting background, comes from an interesting struggle, and, he just has a way of expressing it, I'm assuming. Not assuming, but that's what I think. I think he just has a way of expressing it, and that's just who he is. So, like him or hate him, that's up to you. But I mean, in this scenario, I think he's a little bit delusional. I think he's a little bit, and it's nothing against him. Once again, I think he's just, I feel like he came underprepared in that sense. I think maybe even the injury. Does he come back too soon? I mean, it was a pretty bad injury. Did he come back too soon? Maybe. Maybe ring rust could be a part of it. Didn't feel right in there. You're going up somebody that's about the same height as you, same, body type. Also an amazing striker. And, there's a lot of things on the line there. This is your title shot, your legacy's on the line with this fight. So there's a lot going into this fight. So, I mean, could the pressure have got to him? Maybe, yeah. Maybe he just didn't think it all the way through. That's a possibility. But, I mean, I think he gets his one back, though, in his next fight. 303, UFC 303, I think he gets it back. I think he gets it done against Khalil Roundtree. I like Roundtree, but I don't see him winning this one. That's just not it. But yeah, I wish him the best of luck. I guess, hopefully he makes a bounce back. I like him as a fighter. I think he's interesting. I think he's interesting for the division. I think he's interesting for the sport. He's a character off, outside of the sport. He's fun to watch. He does have some great highlights. And do I see him getting back the title at some point? Sure. I mean, I see him going back for another title shot at some point, maybe sooner than later. If he gets through Khalil, which I think he will. And then maybe if he gets through Yuri or Ankalaev or Rakic or Jan Blachowicz or any of those guys up there, which I feel like he might get through even Yuri. And I like Yuri. So I feel like he might even get through Yuri, but I don't think he gets through Ankalaev. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how, division plays out. We'll see how this next fight that he has plays out. Hope he comes in with a much more of a, solid mind frame, solid game plan, and not thinking about just choosing one aspect of the game to try to win, to try to prove a point. Because what is he really proving, really? we know he's good. We know he's, he's obviously in the best organization, one of the best organizations out there. So, he's obviously a top elite fighter. So, nothing to prove, man. Just go in there and win. Simple. But anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Do you guys think otherwise? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video. Also, if you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you can see all the new videos I upload.